Okay, we're on. All right. Now what, right? Mossy keys. I need mossy keys. But I also need to figure out how I'm going to approach this. Okay. Apparently I need to level up. If in nothing else, I need to level up in prayer. Which is problematic if you're trying to get other things done as well. The most straightforward approach to this is just bury them as you go. Yeah, they're right in that. As far as how you're going to make up for the income loss in not selling the bones and just burying them, at this point I'm thinking fish food. As I've stated in another video, go to Draenor Manor, 2nd floor, turn right, go through the door, turn right, go through the door, and turn right again and go through the door. Do that 3 times, you'll be in the room you need to be in, and the fish food is right on the floor. It's a blue box. You'll see this little blue thing on the floor. That's the fish food. And just world hop until you have 28 fish food things. And I think it's running over 1,000 coins each now. Oh, sandwich lady, yeah. Free food. Sometimes she says have a kebab, sometimes she says have a square sandwich. Whatever she offers, you gotta pick that particular thing. The kebab is that thing, that pita thing with the green stuff sticking out of it. And that'll restore 7 hit points. So, that's a good random event. Alright. Anyway. Yeah, so how do I make up for the deficiency? Like I said, just bury them as you go. And as far as what I need to level up on the other things, as you can see, I was also testing out some of the magic. And I've got Earth Blast I can use. I can actually do... What's that other one? Oh, that one is... I'm sorry. The green bolt thing is Earth Bolt. The other one I was referring to... Oh, hold on. Info. It's Water Blast. Earth Blast. That's the highest or the strongest attack spell I can do at the moment. But yeah, I came here with 30 death runes just to try that out. And you go through that pretty fast. And every time you cast that, you're using up a rune and you're not necessarily doing any damage. I mean, that's the same thing with any weapon, melee as well, but you're still burning up runes. And it takes longer to kill them, to kill anything, with magic and arrows than it does with the melee. So, how do you approach this? Obviously, that's going to be a personal decision, but since the fastest kill is with melee, and you're going to be burying bones as you go, This is probably the best way to go about it. So how am I going to level up in Magic? There's a little entrance. If you go down the manhole in Varrock and get to the mossy giants, the section where they're kind of cornered off, the moss giants, the entrance way, if you position yourself there, you can basically level up without even being at the keyboard. So, I mean, you just set this thing for an automatic attack. And you just pick whatever spell you're going to use. And you position yourself right there in the entrance way of where they're kind of cornered off. And you just tap it once and the thing will just keep on attacking. So, I mean, that's the easiest way that I've found to level up in the Magic part of all this. Let me get that out of information mode. I get in trouble like that. But, yeah, too many distractions. This thing can be tedious enough as it is. You're gonna... The hardest part in getting the second boss is probably acquiring the mossy keys until you figure out what you're doing. So to keep from getting too distracted and to keep from getting overwhelmed and how many things you've actually got to level up in, just try to focus. Oh, even these things. I was kind of going around collecting these chaos runes, which obviously now are proving very valuable for the first time, since I'm using these attacks. But the problem with that is it's another distraction. And it's taking you away. You're slowing yourself down. You're slowing yourself down, really. Just focus on your melee weapon. Focus on acquiring the mossy keys. And don't worry about the chaos runes. Just, you know, stay focused. The melee weapon is the thing that'll get them fastest. Bury the bones as you go. And get that mossy key. Just keep the tasks separate because this is enough of a... It's enough of a task. You're just kind of spreading yourself thin. Otherwise. The other stuff will actually just happen as you go along. Just concentrate on getting this done quickly with a melee weapon. Getting that key, bury the bones as you go, and if you find it's too expensive because you've stopped selling the bones, again, that fish food thing, it makes for a good replacement. That reselling stuff, since you've got to wait until the shops aren't, fully stocked to get a decent price for whatever it is you're selling. I don't know. If you've really got the time to do all that, fine. Otherwise, ridiculous. So just stay focused. Melee does the job faster. Bury the bones as you go. And yeah, get that mossy key. I think I came across an article. I'm trying to remember which article it was. Because I was trying to compare how much magic experience points you get for the various weapons. I think I came across one that said something like the damage point times 2 plus something else. I don't know what the darn formula was. I don't know. I could have read it wrong. I was just reading through so many things. So don't quote me on anything here. But as far as the fastest way to acquire mossy keys, yeah, just focus on the mossy keys. Don't worry about trying to go for the mossy keys and leveling up in everything. It's ridiculous. Too much. And bury as you go. Yeah, you don't really need the prayers until you start going after bosses. And then you find, yeah, if you're not going for the best armor you can get, which would mean having to do the Dragon Slayer quest, you really need that prayer level to be as high as you can get it. So now I'm learning about all the mechanics of all these little details that I didn't have to deal with previously. Yeah, and as far as PKers, I guess I still hold to you're probably better off making a run for it. But, again, you see that guy? Look for the white dot. Hopefully the only white dot you see is your own. In the mini-map, but, yeah, the PKers. As far as PKers are concerned, you are allowed to retaliate, but if you initiate the first attack and you kill them, you're going to end up with the cross and the skull and bone, crossbone thing. And if you're going to be here for a minute and you get distracted, log off. This is not the place to try to multitask. So if you're kind of watching television as you're doing this, if you really can't be bothered to pay much attention, or you find you go somewhere else. The wilderness is not a place to get that distracted. Because all it takes is one... Is that it? Oh no, those are coins. One PKer to notice you haven't moved in a couple of minutes for him to attack. And by the time you realize you're being attacked, you're dead. So, try not to multitask when you're in the wilderness. Again, if you want to do that away from keyboard thing, stay in Varrock. Go down the manhole and get to that corner where the moss giants are and position yourself right in the entranceway to that section. That's where you can multitask. Don't do it in the wilderness. And every once in a while, look at the mini map. Make sure you're the only white dot in the general area. Or at least, if you aren't, span out to see what it is. What the other white dot is. It could just be another player trying to level up just like you. Or trying to get a mossy key or whatever. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That's alright. Those kebabs are only 39 coins. It's the spinach rolls that are worth holding on to sell. Well, the kebabs? No, they're fine. I head back when I'm down to one fish. Or one food item, as the case may be. And you notice I have the energy potion. I usually don't bother with an energy potion, but I brought so many runes and so much extra equipment. I take as little as possible when I go in the wilderness. You can see my garb is all adamant, and I'm not wearing any kind of amulet. The scimitar is rune, but you get to keep the 3 most expensive items on you. So, if a PK are attacked, yeah, I usually don't do that. I shouldn't have done that. It's kind of taking away from the message, yeah. I mean, if it's right next to you, fine, but don't make a special effort to collect them. Is all I'm saying about that. Because again, you're taking away, you're wasting, you're spreading yourself too thin. I mean, do your own thing, obviously, but I find it gets way too tedious if I'm trying to do everything at the same time. Well, it becomes too much of a grind. I shouldn't say tedious, because whatever. Okay, I'm down to my last food item. So I'll just collect this and be on my way. I'm going to go ahead and bury it. You never know who you bump into on the way back. I still have 100% on my energy. So that's pretty good. Okay, where am I? Point north. And point the compass north and head south. Okay, here we are. And there's the entrance. Yeah, when I was chased, the last confrontation I had with a PKer, well, at first I just stood there because I had read the article, so I knew that I didn't have to run. I could retaliate. But like I said, you have to retaliate. You can't be the one that initiates the attack. So, yeah, he attacked first. And then I had tried to attack, but I couldn't. Nothing happened. I tried to press down, but maybe I was zoomed out too much to get any kind of, for it to work. At least I noticed that with NCPs. If you're completely zoomed out and you try to attack something, it won't work. You gotta zoom in a little. So maybe that was the problem, I'm not sure. But I couldn't find a way to attack. It was probably that. It may not have been. Because I was able to do so later after I started running for it, when I realized I wasn't in a good enough position to attack. But I couldn't go through the barrier. He went through the barrier, but I was standing outside. I got to the barrier first, but I wasn't able to get through. But he went through the barrier. I'm still trying to get through the barrier. And I just ended up logging out. So I remember there was some kind of message this message, when you go out, this is the warning you get. When returning to the Enclave, if you're teleblocked, you will not be allowed to enter the Enclave until the teleblock has worn off. So he obviously put some kind of teleblock on me. And he was just waiting it out. Or he was just messing with me. To see how panicky I would get. I just logged off and world switched to well, I guess we can do that now, can't I? Hold on. Because this thing isn't... Okay. So... So I was stuck on the outside, apparently teleblocked, and he was inside already. Just having his fun kind of thing, I guess. So when I realized I didn't know enough to know how the heck to attack him or whatever. I just logged off. Actually, I did that, and then you see where it says world? Lower left corner. You got that gray button that says world, and it tells you what world you're currently on. Tap to switch. I tapped on that. Picked someplace else. Okay, that one has a restriction. You gotta have 750 skill total, which I do have, so it's not a problem. But anyway, let's pick one that doesn't have a restriction. Okay. You see when it has just a hyphen or a dash, that means when it doesn't have any description, that means that there is no additional requirement or whatever. There are no restrictions. So the first tap will tell you if it's got any restrictions or what's going on, or describe it in some way or not, as the case may be. And then tap it again to actually select it. Wasn't that the same one? Okay, let's pick something else. Fishing crawler? You know, I had to try some of these out just to get a better sense of, oh, no, I don't want that one. Okay. Okay. So here's another one. It just has a dash or a hyphen or whatever. So that means there are no additional restrictions. So you tap it once to get some kind of description or to see if it has one, and tap it again to actually select it. So now I've got world 475, and you just hit that again. The play now thing. So yeah, so now I'm on a different world. So, whatever. I'm trying to remember if I logged all the way out and then logged back into a different world, or whether I just switched world. I may have logged completely out. But anyway, if that happens to you and you still can't get through, you probably have to log all the way out. And then I would switch worlds just to be on the extra safe side. And again, here's the banker. And I want to point this out because the first time I tried to find this guy, I was just expecting a regular bank. I wasn't expecting some guy with a treasure chest strapped to his back. So, okay. I probably should have shown some of the magical thing, but whatever. I'll put this stuff away for now. I'm satisfied that the fastest way to get this done is to use a melee weapon. So you're not burning up runes. You're getting the job done faster. Bury the bones as you go, and if you find you need to make up the money that you're losing because you're not selling the bones, I strongly recommend sea fish. Sea fish? Fish food, I'm sorry. Again, Maynor. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I need some coffee or something. Draenor Manor. Again, on the second floor. Once you go up the stairs, you turn right, go through the door. Turn right again, go through the other door. And for the third time, turn right and go through the door. And you'll be in the room you need to be in. It's a little blue box on the floor. Tap on that. World hop to someplace else. Do that 28 times until your inventory is filled. Grand exchange. And it may not sell immediately, but hopefully within the next day you'll have your money. But whatever. I'm just describing the fastest way I've found so far to get all this stuff done. I'm not using that now because I got to go back out because I still don't have my Mossy key. Yeah, the items I actually keep, I've already looked up the price. So I know they're decent priced items that are worth holding on to until I can get to the Grand Exchange. Okay, I'm not carrying a bunch of other extra equipment like staffs and runes, so I guess I can leave that there. And I need more food, and I'm trying to save my swordfish for the actual boss confrontations. And then I'll just go through this. And since I'm burying the bones, I don't have to worry about inventory space, but whatever. I guess that's all I really need. Again, I do have a rune chain body, but I'm obviously not going to risk that. So all this is adamant gear, except for my rune scimitar, which isn't cheap, but I can easily cover the expense of that with one load of fish food. So I'm not worried about it. As a matter of fact, since I really don't need to worry about any extra stuff, oh man. Okay. As I've said many times, this is a very glitchy system. Just have to be a little persistent at times. Alright, that is definitely... Oh, hold on. Yeah, I'm used to the other exit because... You know what? I am lazy. Okay, I'm distracting myself too much. Let me just get the axe and... Yeah, for the wilderness stuff, you need a walker. So if you haven't leveled up to 57 in woodcutting, you'll just have to walk it. I wonder if that's how why they call it that. Alright, that's funny. Yeah, they'll tell you can't canoe back. You gotta walk back. And this is the final stop. And here we are again. Alright, and I will leave it at that. I hope you found some of the information useful. And again, look at that mini map every once in a while to make sure you're the only white dot in the area. If you are not, zoom out to see what's what. It may be a PKer or just maybe some other player doing the same thing you're doing. Okay. Well, that's it for now. No multitasking when you're in the wilderness is a good way to stay alive. And that just about covers it. Okay, good luck, and thanks for watching.